Now we'll measure the forebearing and back bearing of a side of a triangle by using the prismatic compass. So in the field, first we have to mark the triangle. So for that, we'll mark the triangle with the help where the instrument is set up. There we mark with the help of peg, and other station are marked with the help of a ranging rod. Okay, so that is station B. Then here is the station C, and where the peg is marked, okay, that is a station D. So in this way we have marked the triangle in the peg. Okay. Now here already we have set up the instrument on the station A, and we have done the temporary adjustment. Now after doing the temporary adjustment, next we have to do is to observe the bearing. Okay. Now again we have to check whether that prismatic compass is in level or not. Okay. Now it is freely suspended, and this prismatic compass shows us the magnetic north. Okay. So at each and every station, this magnetic north should be parallel to one another. Okay. So here when we do the temporary adjustment, this prismatic compass shows us the magnetic north. Okay. Now from station A, we have to observe the two readings or two bearings. One is forebearing of line AB, and second one is back bearing of line CA. Okay. So these are the two bearings that we are going to observe from station A. Okay. Now we have to rotate this prismatic compass in clockwise direction, and we have to bisect the ranging rod which is fixed at station B. Okay. Now when we are bisecting the ranging rod, we have to bring this ranging rod exactly over this crosshair which is at the center of this vein. Okay. Now when we are bisecting that ranging rod, we have to see through this narrow slit of the eye vein, then this horsehair of this object glass and the ranging rod. All these three things should be in one straight line. Okay, and this is the line of sight of this prismatic compass. Okay, now I will bisect the ranging rod by observing through this eye vein, and we have to bring that ranging rod exactly over the horsehair. Okay, so I have brought that ranging rod exactly over the horsehair. That means the station ranging rod at station B is now bisected. Now after that, we have to observe the reading through this small circle, and we have to read this graduated circle. Okay. Now if you see through this prism, okay, it is not visible. Okay, I will tell you the reading. What is the reading? So you have to observe through this narrow hole, and we have to take the reading. So the reading is 233 degree. So the reading is 233 degree. That means the ranging rod or this line AB is in third quadrant. Okay. So this is the forebearing of line AB, which is 233 degree. Okay. Now we have to observe the back bearing of line CA. Okay. So we have to rotate the prismatic compass in clockwise direction, and again we have to observe through this narrow slit of the eye vein, then the horsehair and the ranging rod. All these three things should be in one straight line. Okay. Now I will bisect the ranging rod which is fixed at station C. Okay. You have to observe through this eye vein, and you have to bring that horsehair exactly over the ranging rod. Okay. Now this ranging rod at station C is bisected, and we have to observe the reading. Okay. Okay. Now I'll observe the reading by looking through the prism, and we have to see this graduated circle. So the reading is 303 degree. 0 minute. That means the back bearing of line CA is in 4th quadrant. Okay, so as the bearing is in between 270 to 360, that CA is in 4th quadrant. So at station A we have observed two bearing. One is fore bearing of line AB and second one is back bearing of line CA. Okay. Now we'll shift the instrument to station B. While shifting, you have to take care that first you have to remove the peg, okay, and you have to carry this peg to the station B, okay, and remove the ranging rod from station B and fix the peg at station E and carry this ranging rod to station E. Station A. Now we have to hold the instrument like this and carry this instrument to station E. Okay. Now I kept this instrument on station B. Okay. Again, before taking the reading, we have to do the temporary adjustment. So what are the temporary adjustments? The first temporary adjustment is setting up the prismatic compass on the tripod stand. Already it is set up. Okay, so we have to see that the three legs are equally spaced and they are at the equal distance. Okay, and the prismatic compass should be at the convenient height. Okay. Now the next temporary adjustment is centering. So for centering, what we do, we drop a piece of pebble. Okay. Now we have to hold this pebble in the hand and drop exactly over the station point. So here, that pebble falls exactly over the peg. Okay. Now the next temporary adjustment is leveling. So leveling is done with the help of this ball and socket arrangement, which is fixed, which is at the top of the tripod. So here you have to adjust the prismatic compass such that this graduated circle is freely suspended or the graduated circle is not touching to the glass. Okay, so it is the graduated circle is freely suspended, that means this prismatic compass is leveled. Okay, so we can stop the oscillation of this needle by using this brake pin. Slowly you have to, okay. Now if you see here, after doing the leveling, this prismatic compass shows us the magnetic north. Okay, again it is showing toward this direction, which was parallel to the position at station E. Okay, now after doing this third temporary adjustment, that is leveling, the next temporary adjustment is the focusing of the graduated circle or focusing of this focusing stud. Okay, already it is done. So we'll rotate this prismatic compass in clockwise direction and we'll bisect the ranging rod at station C. Now I am bisecting the ranging rod which is at station C. So bearing that I am going to observe is bearing fore bearing of line BC. Okay. Now I am looking through this eye vein. The center of at the center of object vein there is a horsehair, and this horsehair is exactly over that ranging rod. Okay. So after bisection, you have to look through this prism and we have to take the reading. Okay. Now I will observe the reading on the graduated circle. So the reading on the graduated circle is 14 degree. So the fore bearing of line BC is 14 degree. Now from station B, we have to observe the back bearing of line AB. Okay. Now I am rotating this prismatic compass in clockwise direction. Okay, and I am bisecting the ranging rod at station A. Okay, by looking through this eye vein. The horsehair which is at the center of the object glass, we have to bring it exactly over the ranging rod. Okay. Now I have bisected the ranging rod at station E. Okay, I will observe the reading. So the reading is 51 degree 30 minutes. So the reading, that means the back bearing of line BC is 51 degree 30 minutes. Now here if you observe that both the readings, that is back bearing of line AB and forward bearing of line BC, both are in the first quadrant. Okay. Now after observing the reading at station B, we have to shift the compass to the next station. Now carry the instrument to the station. Again set up the instrument at station C by doing the temporary adjustment. Again we have to observe the two bearing. One is forward bearing of line CA and second one is back bearing of line BC. Okay. Now we have to rotate the prismatic compass in clockwise direction and you have to bisect the ranging rod at station E. Yeah, bisecting the ranging rod at station E by looking through this eye vein, and the horsehair of the object vein should be exactly over the ranging rod. Okay. Now the ranging rod at station E is exactly bisected. Now I will observe the reading. So the reading is in between 120 to 130 degree. So these graduations are marked on the graduated circle, and in between reading you have to observe. So the reading is 120 degree 30 minutes. So the forward bearing of line CA is 120 degree 30 minutes. Now I will observe the back bearing. Now I will observe the back bearing of line BC. Okay. So first bisect the ranging rod at station B from station C. Okay. After bisecting, you have to observe the reading on the graduated circle. So the reading is 193 degree. So the back bearing of line BC is 193 degree. So in this way, we have observed the two bearing, the forward bearing of the previous line and the back bearing of the backward line from the station. So in all, we have taken the 6 readings.